Hello, 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 hello. Or should I say surprise? Look what I did today. You can see, I just put a little product in the hair. It's still kind of wet, but yeah, I cut my locks. I can't even believe I did it myself. I've been thinking about it for a long time, and you know, it's just, I felt it. I felt the need to change. It's been almost 10 very, very long years, and I just felt like I feel very, very different and very happy, and my outside wasn't matching my inside, so I changed it. It's been a very long time, and I'll tell you what's been going on, where I've been. Back in May, I graduated. I have a master's in gerontology now. I was working on 2 masters at the same time, a master's in social work and master's in gerontology. I finished up the gerontology one first, and then I took a year off. So I haven't completed the master's in social work yet. But, you know, I took a year off because I had double knee replacement surgery in May. May 18th to be exact. I never really wanted to discuss my illness because I didn't want that to be the focal point, but almost from the very beginning, or several months into it, you know, I had my first surgery in '09 after I graduated from undergrad, and it's just a series of unfortunate events, but I never really wanted to talk about it because I didn't want, I wasn't sure if I was even able to discuss it. I couldn't bring myself to talk about it for various reasons, and now I can. I'm in a place where I'm not in constant pain day to day. And what I have is rheumatoid arthritis and degenerative joint disease. And degenerative joint disease is just a fancy word of saying really bad osteoarthritis. And the main place on my body that it was affected was in my knees. And if you met me in person, you saw that I walked with a cane. And I've been walking with a cane for 8 years. And before, I've known in that same, for about almost 10 years maybe, that I've known that I had rheumatoid, and it just really spiraled out of control. And they thought I had lupus for about 6 months, and then it came down to rheumatoid, and I just didn't know, no one could give me an explanation on what I had and how to control it. And primary reason is because rheumatoid is not a diagnosis, it's a prognosis. It's just several symptoms, and they come to a conclusion. And because it's a prognosis, it's very expensive to treat. Most, you know, the basic care, of course, insurance companies will cover, but that doesn't necessarily keep you walking. And if to tell you, put a dollar on how much myself and my parents, mainly my parents, have spent just to keep me standing upright would make anybody blush. It's very expensive between massage therapy, seeing the specialist for this, specialist for that. We knew early on that I needed a knee replacement, double knee replacements, but no one would take my case because when I first started looking for a doctor, it was, I guess I was about 28, 29, and no one would take my case because of my age. They primarily like to do joint replacement surgeries on people 45, 50 range. So, you know, I was floored because I can't believe that they're willing to jeopardize my quality of life because of my age. I was not a track star beforehand. I didn't work out all the time beforehand. I didn't run. I didn't even run to the mailbox before I really got sick, so I wasn't going to do it afterwards. But yeah, so I mean, my parents flew me to a lot of different places. I saw a lot of different specialists, and I have a stack of rejection letters this high. So back in February, of this year, things really got bad. I was in a lot of pain. Normally, I do not take.
It's 7 o'clock.
Sorry. Normally, I don't take any type of narcotic, like Percocet or what's the other one? I don't even do hydrocodone, anything like that. I meditate in the morning, do breathing exercises that I learned to kind of control the pain. But that wasn't even working. Really, it started last fall. It wasn't working. You know, I was hurting a lot. My attitude was different. I was tired. I was just in a lot of pain. I could barely make it to class. So my rheumatologist, I met with him in February, and like, you know, what's going on? Why my knee is just really bad and swollen and inflamed and da 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 da. He was like, well, why don't you go check out this guy at this practice here in town. It's pretty big throughout the state of Tennessee. But why don't you go check out this guy, young guy, I hear good things about him, he's certified in joint replacement surgery and blah, 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 blah. He's like the rave of this world. And he's only, I'm 36, he may be 37, 38, young guy. So I was like, all right, I'll go check him out. So I went to go see him 2 weeks later, which would have made it mid-February. And he was, within 15 minutes, he broke out his little measuring thing to measure my bend and extension. And had me walk up and down the hall. In 15 minutes, he said, I can make you 95% better. And I looked at him and immediately broke down. I was in tears. I didn't know what to do. I didn't even know how to receive the information. When you get told no so much, when you finally get a yes, it's a lot to take in. And I am a witness to that. It's a lot to take in. And I came home and I talked to my dad. I talked to my family, like, because it's not just me. And I realized that early on. It's not just me who's affected. It's my family. They saw this huge decline in their kid, and you know, there's only but so much they can do. And so I talked to them, and we all agreed that it's the best thing to do. So I had the surgery. And at first, within the first 24 hours, I was like, oh, this is a piece of cake. I'm good. They got me out the bed and had me walking down the hall. And I'm like, wow, this is the best decision I could have ever made. I was high, very high. I was on the walker walking up and down the hallway. Then I'd say about 4 days in, they started weaning me off of the medication and preparing me to go to an inpatient facility. That's where I was going after I left the hospital. I couldn't come home because I couldn't walk up steps at that time. I was sick as a dog. I was not well. It was just a mess. I was emotional. I felt like I had no control of my emotions. And I've made it so I stayed in the hospital for 5 days, and then I made it to the inpatient facility, which initially I wasn't feeling, but you know, after a couple of days, it was the best thing I could have ever done. I had the best rehab team ever. I did rehab 5 days a week, 4 hours a day, sometimes 5 hours a day, depending on how I was feeling. I was there for 7 weeks, so I came home 4th of July weekend, and everything's been full steam ahead. I have not used my cane. I have not used my cane for 6 weeks now. I have been off my cane. I have been dependent 24/7 on a cane for 8 years. I could not get out of my room and walk into the restroom and walk down the hall without a cane. And I've been out fully independent of a cane for 6 weeks. It's kind of a big deal to me. It's kind of a big deal. And life has just been like good. I'm just incredibly blessed. And you know, sometimes I wonder, you know, like, you know, I ask God, like, you know, my prayers, like, you know, see me through. And you know, it's not, I feel like a strong person because there's nothing I feel like I can't accomplish or burst through. But it's like, why me? And then I felt wrong for questioning that. But I feel good. I feel so good, and I'm so much more active. I feel like I have some normalcy back in my life, and I just have normalcy, and I'm able to go out with my friends. And I went to Atlanta a couple weeks ago, and I hung out with my 2 best friends who live there, and I kept up with them. We didn't have to make special arrangements about dropping me off curbside or valeting, or you know, wondering what we're gonna do about Nikki because she can't walk long distances. It was nothing like that. I was gone. I was being normal. And that's the best way I can describe it. But so I've been playing with the idea of cutting my locks for quite a while, and because I just feel like it's not me anymore. It's just time to move on. It's been almost 10 years, and it's not, it was a hard thing to let go, because after a while, you know, for a while it's like, I am not my hair, all that foolishness. Yeah, when it comes to cutting your hair, it's not, to some people, I admire those who says it's not really that big of a deal. You know, you're quick to pull out scissors and do whatever. It was kind of a big deal because I did take it on as part of my identity. And so this is just day one. I cut it off this morning. I cut the locks out this morning. And then I went to the barbershop. And I think this is going to be it for YouTube for now. I think, you know, I just want to experience life a little bit. And, you know, vlogging is definitely so far on the back burner. You know, I promised myself I'd start Twittering more. You know, a lot of you follow me on Twitter and, you know, posting pictures and all that other stuff. And I think actually I'm going to take one of my pictures and post it on Twitter. But it's just not, it's not a place in my life right now to vlog, because instead of sitting in here and talking about it, I'd really rather be out there living it instead of sitting in front of a computer screen. I took a year off from school to get myself back to normal, and that's mind and spirit and everything that makes up Nikki. I need to get that back. And there's a lot of things that I've, you know, cut back on. Just, you know, a lot of things I just don't do anymore because I feel so differently. I feel differently, and there's a lot of things that I don't have room for now, and unfortunately vlogging is one of them. But I'm gonna keep up my videos. I'll try to answer questions as much as possible, but you know, I'm definitely not. I think I'm gonna I think I will cut back on social media, period. And you know, shoot me an email. It does come to my cell phone, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But I definitely am taking a huge step back, and I'll leave up my videos. Like, I'm not gonna shut down the page. At least I have no plans to shut down the page as of now. But yeah, I think this is somewhat, I won't say goodbye or like this is the end of the road and all that, but I definitely am stepping away, taking a very, very long break. So it might be 3 months, it might be 6 months, it might be a year, it might be forever. But who knows? Who knows what the future holds? But I just wanted you guys to know what the deal is, because I really put it off for a long time, you know, about talking about it, and I think maybe there was some shame in it before. I definitely don't feel that way now, but you know, now I'm just very at peace with a lot of decisions, and I'm still tripping that I cut my locks off, but still wet. Y'all, I had to break out the old school activator, that Carefree activator. Call myself trying to pull out some curls. But anyway, I'm so far enjoying it. I feel lighter. I don't feel this spiritual awakening type thing because I cut my hair. I just feel pretty, and that's just the best way to put it. I feel like a beautiful woman, and I feel like that you can really see me, and that's it. That's just, and I really think that's all you need. I will say this, that I did try to pick out one lock to see what happens, and it took me 2 hours, and it just really wasn't worth the time and to invest that kind of time into picking out locks just to see how long it is for me to cut it off anyway in 3 months. So I just went ahead and cut it off and went to a barbershop, and here you go. And it's amazing how I went into being natural. It's the same way I came out of my locks. It's just I woke up with a brain fart and did it. So but yeah, this is it. I'm sitting on my exercise ball, so I don't really have room to turn around. But this is it. And I don't think I ever realized how low my hairline is, though. So yeah, this is, and I think I'm gonna keep it like this. I don't even think I'm gonna color it or anything like that because I like the dark hair. But yeah, this is it, guys. So thank you so much for the encouragement. Thank you for being friends. Always pray for me, and I will always pray for you. And I'll be around, and I'll see you guys around. For those of you wondering if I'm going to relax or texturize my hair, no, I'm not fooling with that. I'm pretty confident in saying that I will never want a hairstyle that would involve me relaxing my hair, and that's just me. I just don't have room for it in my life. Color, that's a whole nother thing. You know I love the color, so who knows? But yeah. That's it. I hope you like my cut. For those of you who are thinking about, can't decide between cutting your locks and picking them out, if you have that time, go for it. But you do feel pretty hot and sexy when you got some short hair. So I will say that you will feel pretty hot and sexy. And I say cut it off. So let the world see. But anyway, I love you guys. It's been definitely a pleasure, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.